Hello guys and welcome to ZipZap Academy, and today's topic is integration. Today we're going to learn about integration and its formulas. In the last videos we had learned about differentiation. If you haven't watched them, the link is in the description. Please do watch it. We're going to learn about integration. So first we're going to look at its derivation and how the formulae came. Then we're going to jump into the formulas. So first let's draw a graph. This is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. Okay, and this is the graph. So I'll tell you. I'll ask you a question about that. Find the area of this. So you can easily do formula for finding the area of a triangle, half base into height. So you can easily find the area of this part in a graph. Simple. Now is if I ask you find the area of this graph, then you can find the area of this too by just joining this and finding the area of this rectangle. Simple. Now let's see something in a parabolic graph. If this is a parabolic graph, okay, this is a parabolic graph, then I'll tell you find the area at this point of this part. How will you do it? It's not possible to find the area. So I'm going to tell you how you can do it. What you will do is you will cut very thin strips in this, like very thin, like this. Okay, very thin strips. So the length of this one is gonna be y1, for example y1, and this is going to be, since this area is very small, so we are going to take it dx. Okay, so the area will be length into breadth, which is y1 into dx. Simple. For this, let's take this as y2 and this as dx. Okay, then this will be y2 dx. Okay, similarly we're going to do it for all the strips, and in turn we are going to get y1 dx. So the total area will in turn be y1 dx plus y2 dx plus y3 dx and so on. Okay, this we can write it as summation. Summation means sum of y n dx. N means any value because it's varying 1 2 3. Okay, from n to n, because from 1 to any number, because it can be from 0 to infinite, it can be from 1 to infinite, so from n to n. Okay, simple. This you got. But if you see the graph, if you see the graph, you will observe that when you are making these strips, this is not perfectly a rectangle. There is some area which is being left out. Okay, you can see that there is some area being left out. Okay, because of this in the formula there is a variation. We don't use this for this sign, instead we use this sign, which means a curve. Okay, because this is a curve, that's why we use this sign. So the formula will become integration of y dx. Okay, from n to n. Simple. So this came the proof of the integration formula. This is the main integration formula. Now let's see at some pre-built formulas of integration. So let's see this. X raised to n. Then what will be its integration? Okay, this is the question. So this will be equal to x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. Differentiation of x raised to n. Okay, I'm going to take an example. Let's take y is equal to x raised to 5. So the differentiation will be x raised to 5 dx, which will be x raised to 5. N plus 1 means 5 plus 1, which is 6, by n plus 1. x raised to 6 by 6. Simple. Okay, let's take another example. Let's take x raised to 1 by 2, or let's take root x. Y is equal to root x. So what is going to be root x dx? So root x is x raised to 1 by 2. We all know that. Okay. So root x is equal to x raised to 1 by 2. So it will be x raised to 1 by 2 dx. Okay. This will become the formula. So we're going to do x raised to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 1 by 2 plus 1. Simple. Oh yeah, I forgot one thing to mention. If there is nothing mentioned above or below the integration line, so this means that it is indefinite. Okay, this means that it is indefinite. So in this we have to mention a constant plus c. Always, if there is nothing mentioned above or below the line, then you have to always mention plus c in the answer. Remember this. This is a very important thing in integration. If you don't put this, your marks are gonna get cut for no use. Okay, this is an indefinite integrated formula. Okay, if there is something mentioned above or below this, then it will become definite. Okay. Okay, remember one thing. X raised to n dx is equal to x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. But in this, n cannot be equal to minus 1. I'll show you why. If n is equal to minus 1, then what will it become? X raised to minus 1 plus 1 by minus 1 plus 1. So, what will be? If there is 0 in the denominator, there is 0 in the denominator, that means x raised to 0 by 0, which is not defined in maths. If there is 0 in denominator, it is not defined in maths. It's infinite or something, it's not defined. So this is not possible. N can never be minus 1. Remember this. Okay, if n is minus 1, then what will be the question? What will be the answer if your question would be? So let's see for what. X raised to minus 1 dx. This is the question. So for this, the integration will be, remember this, x raised to minus 1 dx. Integration is log x. Did you catch something over here? Integration is the reverse of differentiation. Now you get it. Why? I'm going to tell you why. Why is integration the reverse of differentiation? Why is integration called reverse of differentiation? So you might have remember differentiation of log x. Differentiation of log x was x raised to minus 1. Okay, and integration of x raised to minus 1 is log x. So integration is the ulta or is the inverse of differentiation. Remember this always in your life. Okay, integration is the inverse of differentiation. Okay, now we got two formulas over here. Okay, we got two formulas. X raised to n dx is equal to x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1. This is the first formula. Now let's see the second formula. What was the second formula? Second is x raised to minus 1 dx is equal to log x. Okay, third formula. If y is equal to e raised to x, okay, remember this. We had seen that in the differentiation also, e raised to x. So what will be this differentiation? E raised to x dx. What is going to be the differentiation of this? You might be asking. So it will be as same as differentiation. It is going to be e raised to x only. This is the third. Now let's see the fourth. If there is nothing written, like the question is, different integration of dx, what will be the answer? So there's the trick over here. You can write you can write over here x raised to 0, because x raised to 0 is in turn 1 only. So you can write x raised to 0 dx. So your answer will become x raised to 1 by 1, which is x. Okay, simple. So integration of dx is x. Okay, remember this. Okay. Oh yeah, and never forget to put c. Never forget to put this. Never ever. I forget most of the time, but you don't forget to plus c, because there's nothing given above or below. Okay, you can see there's nothing given, so it is indefinite integrated formula. So you have to put plus c always in the answer. Now let's see if if there is something given above or below the line, then what is the terminology, or what is going to be the methodology we're going to use to solve those equations. Okay, so for example, let's take the question is x raised to 4 dx from 1 to 9. Okay, this is the question. So in this equation, or in this sum or question, what is the process you need to follow is, first you're going to integrate this equation as the normal integration way. So x raised to n plus 1 by n plus 1 is the formula. So x raised to 4 plus 1, which is 5, by 5, this case. So what you have to do now is put 9 in place of x. Okay, put 9 in place of x, so it will be 9 raised to 5 by 5. Okay, minus, now put 1 in place of x. Remember to put minus sign. Now put 1 raised to 5, 1 raised to 5 by 5. Okay, so this is your answer. And in remember, in this, when there is something given above or below, you never put c. Okay, when there is something given above or below the line, you never put c. Okay, there is no c in it, because it's definite, we know the start and the end of the graph. Okay, so you can solve this and you'll get the answer. So 9 raised to 5 minus 1 by 5, you get the answer of this. Simple. Okay, you remember the formulas. So this is the first formula, this is the second formula, third formula, fourth formula. These are the formula main important ones, you remember these. Now I'm going to show you some other ones also. For example, let's take for sine and cos. Okay, let's take for sine and cos. So for sine, you might have remembered that differentiation of sine x. What differentiation of sine x is minus is cos x. You remember that formula? Differentiation of sine x is cos x. So what will be the integration of sine x? The integration of sine x will become minus cos x. Okay, and integration of cos x will become integration of cos x will become sin x. Okay, remember this. It's like integration is always the reverse of differentiation. Okay, remember this. Now if there's a question like 2x raised to 5 dx is the question. So what in this case you're going to take the 2 outside. Okay, you're going to take the 2 because it's a constant, so it won't change, and you're going to differentiate the inner part as usual. So it will become 2x raised to 6 by 6. Okay, remember this, 2x raised to 6 by 6. So it will become 1 3. So x raised to 6 by 3. Okay, if there's a constant term outside like pi, e, or anything, then you just have to take it outside and integrate the inner part as usual, you can just go through or click screenshots of these formula. These are actually the most important formulas in integration. So please click photographs or screenshots or make the notes of it. And remember one thing, never forget the C. Okay, never forget the C in while answering the questions. So thank you guys for staying tuned till the end. Thanks for watching. You were watching Zip Zap Academy, signing off. Bye guys.